Welcome to Redefining Balance for Working Moms podcast, where we believe life balance is possible. Yes, even for you. You might just have to redefine what it looks like for yourself. I'm your host, fellow working mom, and founder of Your Life Rocks, Jenny Stemmerman. Each week, I'll bring you practical, real-life tips to help you focus on the things that matter most in life and be the best version of yourself in every area that God has called you to. Ready to redefine what balance looks like for you and your life? Let's go. Hey there, welcome to the show. I am so glad that you're here to hang out with me today. You know, over the course of the last few weeks, we've been talking a lot around the summer theme, right? We talked about how to create an awesome summer. We talked about how to focus in on your health because it's summertime. And last week, we were talking all about how you can kind of do a refresh in your marriage. And today we are kicking off a full 7-week summer refresh challenge. And I have to say, okay, I didn't want to use the word challenge because I don't know about you, but right now I don't want to be challenged. I just want joy and ease and fun in my life. And I don't necessarily want something that's going to be an extra challenge. So I don't want to use the word challenge, but it kind of is a challenge. I challenge you to have more joy in your life. I challenge you to take this next 7 weeks to dive a little bit deeper for your faith and to really see what God has for you in a light way, to really enjoy everything that you have in your life. And that's really what this next 7 weeks is about as we go into this summer refresh. So here's what you can kind of expect over the course of the next 7 weeks. Each week on the podcast, I am going to guide you through a weekly focus. Now, it'll be both on the podcast and inside of our app. And each week, what we're focusing in on is designed to re-energize you, to help provide more focus for you, and really just give you some clarity on the priorities that are in your life. And I promise you, it's going to be a lot of fun. So this is an episode that you're going to want to share. You're going to want to share it with all of your friends because they're probably looking for something fun and refreshing for summertime for them as well. So share it with your friends. Share it on Instagram. You can take a screenshot of it and share it in your stories. You can share it on Facebook. If you go over to our Facebook page, just type in Your Life Rocks into Facebook and you can share the episode right from there. And all of the resources in the app are free too. So it's a great time to just, have something for yourself. I kind of almost think about this 7-week refresh as like a summer camp for us moms, right? It's a chance for us to go deeper, to have growth and development, but have a lot of fun at the same time. There will not be any water slides or paintball guns or anything like that, but it will be a great time, I promise. Now, last year in the summer, we did a similar challenge and it was really great. I loved doing it and I loved getting the feedback. And I love even more that women were doing it in the fall and the winter. And even just a couple weeks ago, I saw that someone had just started into the 7-week challenge. So it's definitely something that you can do anytime. So if you're listening to this podcast and it's somewhere off into the future and you're thinking, oh, I missed it. You didn't miss it. I promise you can still get all of the extra resources in the app and listen to this challenge because regardless of the time of the year, we all need a little bit more joy in our life. I think we could all use a little refresh, a little break from the seriousness of everything that's happening around us and all of the things that we have to deal with as working moms. Work can be stressful. The kids can be stressful. Marriage can be stressful. Trying to keep up with all the household chores can be stressful. And this is really about helping you just kind of clear away all of that and to have some special time with you and the Lord and just to kind of get some pep back in your step. Now, as I was preparing for the 7-week challenge and thinking like, okay, what are the things that we're going to do? What are going to be the weekly themes? What are the activities? I have to tell you, I had to just be like, all right, Lord God, I need to just turn this over to you because I know I want to do it. I want to provide this value for our listeners, but I don't know what it's going to be. And just seeing what he has been unveiling and doing, and it's just been incredible. He is such a great God, and I am just so blessed that I get to do this podcast for him and for you and to do this each and every single week. And, I have to say, so everything that we're doing this summer is very different than the challenge that we did last summer with one exception. And that is the first week, because it was so powerful and it was so personal to me last year that I was personally doing it again this summer. And I thought, you know what, we need to share this. We need to do this. It needs to be part of this challenge. And I'm so excited for this first week. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am just so pumped up because that's what this first week is all about, is getting pumped up. Now, last year we called the first week Getting Your Groove Back. And I really wanted to call it that this year as well, because it just, I don't know, it fits so well. And if you did last year's challenge, then you already know what I'm talking about. But it just, it just really captured everything that the first week of the challenge was all about. But I didn't want to use the same name again. And then I thought of Pump Up, and I'm like, you know what? That's even better, because it is all about getting us pumped up. I remember last year going to VBS, the very first day of VBS, with my youngest son, and he was a little nervous. So I went into the auditorium with him. I didn't just drop him off and run to the nearest Starbucks, although I wanted to. I went in there with him and made sure that he was comfortable. And, they have the lights down low, and they have all of these fun lights everywhere, accent lights, colored lights, strobe lights, and everyone's got glow necklaces on, and they're throwing around beach balls. And that first song is one of those songs that you just can't help but dance to, because it's all about getting everyone pumped up. Knowing that the kids are a little bit, standoffish or nervous, it's a chance to just kind of open up, set the stage for the party. And that's what this week is all about for our challenge as well. So if you haven't guessed it by now, it is all about music. And more importantly than just about music, but really picking your summer theme song. This is the song that when it comes on, you're yes, that is my song. You can't help but dance to it. You can't help but sing along. And it just changes your mood. It changes your physical state. And music is so powerful like that. And if you've listened to the show for any period of time, then you know we're all about being intentional. And so we're kicking off this challenge by setting that intention, that we're going to choose a song that lights us up, because over the course of this next 7 weeks, we are going to light up. So that's our challenge for the first week. You can just turn the podcast off now. Just kidding. I'm going to walk you through some steps to help you really pick the right song for you. Now, as I was getting ready for this podcast, I was thinking, there's got to be some science behind the magic of music. I mean, it's amazing how when I'm feeling kind of sad or depressed and I'm listening to a song that is a little bit more somber, I get even more somber. Or I could be in a good mood and hear a somber song, and then I'm just kind of sad for a little while, Or sometimes I'll hear a song that's a little bit more aggressive, and I start to feel aggressive. And I thought, wow, there's got to be some science to this whole music thing. I mean, how some things you just kind of know to be true, but then you think, oh, I should probably research that. And then you do find that it is true, and then you think you're really super smart. Yeah, that's kind of how this was. So I went and I Googled, what is the psychology around music? And there is a ton of information out there, but one of the trusted sources that I go to when I'm looking at anything mental health is Psychology Today. And I found this article on there, and I'll link to it in our show notes over at yourliferocks.com. But it was talking about how there are over 400 music studies that have found that listening to music has the ability to reduce anxiety, fight depression, and boost the immune system. When I was first thinking about this, I was thinking, yeah, it puts me in a good mood to listen to a song that is a good mood kind of song, that gets you happy and moving. And it does make you get more active, both mentally, physically, everything, right? But then to hear it really can help reduce anxiety, fight depression, and boost the immune system. I mean, those are all things that I am all about and always wanting more in my life. And to know that it's just as easy as turning on the right song, then I think that's pretty cool. And I think that that is something that we all just need to kind of grasp more of in our life. So before we get into the steps of finding the right song for you, I just want you to first mentally, and if you're driving, you can do it verbally, or if you don't mind people seeing you talk to yourself, then you can do it verbally wherever you are. But I want you to first decide that you want to do this challenge, that this challenge is something for you to do, just to trust that God has something for you in it, that He has something He wants to say to you or show you or love on you, because He does. I truly believe He does. And that's exactly why I'm doing it. Now, this summer refresh, it's not going to be hard. It's going to be something simple. And sometimes we blast right past the simple, right? You want to listen to the podcast where I'm going into a deep dive on how to organize your day planner or your calendar, or to go after your career goals, right? I love that kind of stuff too. That's why I do those kind of episodes, because I truly love getting deep into things. But sometimes we need to stay at the surface. Sometimes we need to do the more simple things and not try to overcomplicate everything in our life, because that's when things get heavy and that's when things get hard and we make them harder than they really have to be. And that's not what this is all about. This 7-week refresh is about refreshing you and keeping it light and keeping it simple, but it only will benefit you if you choose to do it. If you choose to believe that there's going to be something for you over the course of this next 7 weeks that's going to open up a new possibility for you, that's going to open up something in you that you didn't even know was there, but God knew. God knew it was there. And I truly believe that He wants to show you something. So you need to decide that you are going to commit to the 7 weeks. Now, I'm not saying commit to the 7 weeks like, you have to do all of the stuff and blah, 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 blah. That makes it hard and heavy, right? But just deciding that, you know what? I am going to listen to this, I'm going to get inspired, and I'm going to do the actions each week. They're going to be simple actions. And if you miss them, like what I'm saying to you right now on the podcast, again, go into the app, go into the courses section, and you will see all 7 weeks in there. So you can quickly, easily get all of that. Now, don't jump ahead. I mean, I guess you could jump ahead. Who am I to say you can't jump ahead? But don't get overwhelmed by it. So stick with the week that we're in, and then we'll go through them all together. And if you don't mind, before we get into all the steps, I just want to pray for you real quick. I just want to pray that Jesus, that you would bless the woman who is listening to this podcast. Lord God, I pray that you would show her something that you have for her while she's going throughout this. I hope that in this first week that you guide her to the right song that has the right message, that's right from you, that speaks right to her heart. I ask that you would just be with her in her life. And as she's driving, as she's going to work, as she's doing all of the things that you have called her to do, that she would know just how much you desperately love her and how much joy you want to pour into her life, Lord God. In your name we pray, amen. Okay, so as we're going through the process of picking your song, know that you might already have the right song in mind, in which case you can pass go, collect $200. You don't have to finish these steps. If you know, like, this song, it's been coming on the radio and it just gets me going every single time, then that's your song. Like, pick it, claim it, that's it. Like, it's already there for you. But if you're like, oh, I just don't know what song to choose, then these next steps are going to be for you. Okay, so step number 1 is to open up whatever music app that you use. Now, I love Spotify. That's kind of like my go-to for music. In fact, on Spotify, Your Life Rocks, we have a number of different music playlists that are on there. And we'll be adding a new one with this challenge. So I'll be asking everyone to share their song that they choose in our Facebook community. And then from there, I'm going to take all of those songs and put them onto a playlist so we can all just jam out to everyone's pump up song and get super pumped up all summer long. So I prefer Spotify. You might be listening to Apple Music or Google Music or Pandora or YouTube or whichever you like to use, but open up whatever music app that you like to have. Now, the thing that I love about modern music apps is you can type in like an emotion. You can type in all kinds of things and it will give you a playlist. Like, you can type in happy Christian music and things will come up for you. This morning I was working out and I was like, I need like a fresh music workout playlist. And I typed in Christian cardio and I had the best Christian music that were all like cardio songs for my workout this morning. It was amazing. So anyway, side note, sorry, a little distracted there, but go into your app and just search what you are looking for. So if you're looking for something that's full of energy, then search energy. Now, if you don't want to pick a Christian song, you don't have to, but there's so much great Christian music out there. And I just love that as I am singing and dancing to this Christian music, it's almost like a way of, well, it's not even almost, it is a way of worshiping God. And it allows me to worship God in a reflective way each and every single day when I'm listening to the song that's totally pumping me up. So you'll search for that playlist and then just listen to the playlist. And if you're listening to a song, and you can do this while you're working, while you're cleaning the house, while you're hanging out, like whatever. But the song comes on and you're just not feeling it, hit skip. And then as soon as you find a song that you're like, yeah, that's my song right there, or I like this song a lot, you can heart it, you can favorite, and then you can come back to it later, or you can do it right then and there. I like to also then take that song and go to YouTube and watch the music video. Because having a visual behind the message of it, or even seeing a video that has the lyrics behind it so you can be reading it as you are listening to the song, it can just bring on a whole different level for you. So I highly recommend that you do that as well. Now, once you have your song selected, then of course I want you to share it in our Facebook community, and we will link to that right inside all of the resources for this inside the app. You can also just go to Facebook and search Your Life Rocks, and you'll find access to our groups there as well. But when you have your song, share it to the group, save it, download it, and then decide when it is that you're going to be listening to it. Now, last year, my song, I happened to listen to it several times a day. I listened to it while I was getting ready in the morning to kind of pump me up at work. I listened to it on my way home from work. I would listen to it as I was transitioning from like work to home. You know what I mean? Like that time where you're kind of like, okay, I need to refocus, put work away and focus in on the kids and making sure that everything is great. Because again, it changes your physical state. So it's really hard to like have the stress of work on your mind and then trying to be with the kids when you've like had a change of state through music. You know what I'm saying? So find the times of the day that you're going to be using the song to your advantage. Now, a little bonus, if you want to do this, you don't have to do this, but this is for like the overachievers listening that are like, I can't just do the simple things. I need it to be a little bit more complicated than just picking a song. So what you can do is you can find the lyrics printed out online and you can pick out the lines that really speak to you. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have your favorite song, like you might love the whole song, but there might be like a couple parts that you like really yell out when you're singing it or that just really kind of touch you in a special way. Those words, write them down, put them in your day planner, put them on sticky notes, write them on your mirror and dry erase markers. That's like my go-to. I have dry erase markers in my bathroom to write on my mirror all the time. Put those words in front of you where you're going to see them because they obviously have a whole deeper meaning for you. So take advantage of that. Put them in the places that it's going to affect you the most. That's going to be the most beneficial to you. And that's really it. That is the challenge for week 1 for your summer refresh, is to find the music that's going to pump you up. Let that be your summer anthem song and save it, download it, listen to it every single day, and most importantly, share it with all of us so that we can be just as pumped up with you. Now, like I said, we're going to have resources each and every single week of this 7-week summer refresh inside the Your Life Rocks app. If you don't currently have the app on your phone, then you need to get it. You can go right into your app store, whether it's iTunes or Google Play, and you can search Your Life Rocks and it should come right up. If you have any trouble at all finding it, go to yourliferocks.com. Not only will you find a ton of great resources there, but we have buttons right at the top of the page for getting the app, and you can click on that, and then it will take you straight to buttons that you can click on. So you can just click, 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 and you'll be right to the page where you can download the app to your phone. Now, inside the app, in addition to finding all of the resources for this challenge, you're also going to find our free course called Weekly Success Planning. If you have not taken that, or it's been a little while, you might want to refresh that and take that because it's a great system to help you create more balance in your life. Plus, inside the app, we have a weekly reminder. So you can kind of plug in all of your tasks that you do as part of your weekly planning, and it will save every single week. So some of the things that you do on repeat, they'll automatically be there refreshed for you on the day that you are doing your weekly prep, whether it's a Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, whenever it is that you're doing it. It's all saved for you right there inside the app, and that's all completely free. Now, if you are looking to join the Life Balance membership, that's also inside the app, and we have resources on our website as well for our members. I just want to thank you so much for taking part in this 7-week summer refresh with me. I know I'm super excited about being refreshed and connecting with all of you throughout this next 7 weeks. And remember, invite a friend along with you for the 7 weeks. Share the podcast out. I don't know about you, but in my podcast app that I use, there's like a little share button. So I can just click right on the episode and hit share, and it will share it straight to my Facebook or wherever else I want it to go. So please share it with your friends. Invite them to come along with us for the 7 weeks. It's going to be so awesome. Stay tuned next week for week number 2 of our summer refresh. And until then, keep building a life that rocks. Bye. Just because the episode's over doesn't mean that we have to stop hanging out. Of course, you can follow me over on Instagram at your.life.rocks, or hop on over to Facebook, search Your Life Rocks, and find our Facebook community. It is full of working Christian moms just like you, looking to redefine what balance means in their life and take action